Good morning, everyone. My name is Laura Stranks and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. Thanks for joining me today. I'm going to show you how to do this, what I call a peekaboo card. I think it's been around for a little while. A few people have done it before, but I'm just going to do my interpretation of it. Just before we get started, I'm going to let you know a couple of things. It only take a minute. I have a Facebook page called Cards by Laura. In there you will find all the cards that I make at my workshops and classes, and I do videos as well, so any of the cards from those will get posted into that Facebook page. I've also got a Facebook group that's called Laura's Craft Room Tips and Tutorials. In there will be all the PDFs for these cards and I do a live video every Saturday morning in this group, so the PDF for that will be in there, and it's a large group. It's over 20,000 members in there, but it's not exclusive to Stampin' Up!, but everyone shares their projects in there, so it's a lovely group to join if you wish to join. If you do wish to join, there are a couple of questions when you send your request through. One is why you wish to join the group, whether it be just to look at the cards or create some of the cards from the PDFs that are in there, or just sharing mainly of their projects. And also the second question is that you agree to the rules. If you don't see those questions on your device, try doing it from a different device. If you're on your phone, try an iPad or PC, something else where you do see the questions. You will be rejected if you don't answer the questions, and I do send back a notification of why you were rejected. So, lovely group to join. And if you're watching today for the first time, my YouTube channel is called Creative Gems. Love you to subscribe to that as well. And if you've been on watching before, I hope you enjoy what I've got today. And I shall put that aside for now. That's the quick part of it out of the road. This is the card we're doing. It's called Peekaboo Card. I did this one at a recent retreat that we had here at home. I had 13 ladies at the retreat, and all of these were, we had 10 projects altogether, and they were all prepped and ready for them to assemble. There wasn't any cutting or stamping or anything, and this is one of the cards that they did. That was my sample card. This is the one they did at the retreat, which opens like so. Quite a few pieces in it, but it's not hard to construct. I've only got one little bit of cutting to do this morning, so it will take a little bit longer for this video, but I hope you enjoy what I'm going to show you. There is only one piece of cutting, so we shall get started. We'll put those aside. And these are my measurements. As usual, I typed them up beforehand, so you can either take a screenshot of that. They will be in the description box of this video. Or you can join my Laura's Craft Room Tips and Tutorials, and the entire PDF tutorial will be in the Files tab in that group. So what we have, I'm doing totally different colours again, or almost all different colours. My main base is 8 1/4 by 5 7/8. I'll score that in a minute. I haven't done much of the scoring. It's mainly the cutting of all the mats and things that are on the card. So that's that main piece. That's in real red. And then my DSP for the front. This is a specialty DSP. I've got the pack here to show you which one this is out of. There's 3 different patterns in the pack. There's this, the red and the white. I think it's cherry cobbler, that one. And also there's a green leafy pattern as well. I think it's in this one. Yes, that one there. So you've got the three designs in the pack, and it is called, when we push that back in, it's called Regal Distressed Patterns. It goes, excuse me, with the Regal Flora DSP pack. So that's that one. I'm using the gold and white piece today. That will go on the front. Then the arm, which I call the arm, this piece here, it's 12 inches by 2.5 inches. I did change the measurement of this it was a bit narrower on those. It's only a little bit wider, a fraction wider. So that's that piece there. That's got to be scored as well. My red mats, which I've got them in order here, but we can move them apart. I have done some adhering down as well. These red mats, they measure 4 1/8 by 2 1/2. That's the outside measurement when you die cut. So that's these here. This is the Countryside Corners dies. I've got this one out ready to cut the front. That's the only piece I've got to cut today. But this is the dies that I used in those, all different sizes in that. And you could use any layering dies if you haven't got these particular ones, the Countryside Corners. You could use circles if you wish. You'd have to get 3 different size circles. Just make sure they fit across that piece in the center there, across that. But they just layer inside each other in the card, so don't feel that you have to use these particular dies. There are some deckled rectangle dies. You could use those. Any layering dies would work. But that's the general measurement to cut this piece out. And I've got 5 of those. They go back to back. I'll show you how they work. So this one is the green. I'll go by the red one. It's a little bit closer to what I'm doing today. So they're back to back there and back to back on this back one, and just a single one in the middle. So you've got 2, 4, 5. That's how that works. So we shall put that up there. I've got 5 of those. And my green mats, which are a bit smaller, next size down. I've used the, where did I put it? There's a, oh, it's here. Just move that. We've used the Cane Weave 3D embossing folder to just give it a bit of texture on the back there. You could use any embossing folder you like. It's not necessary to do that. Even a tree one on that. I think there's one that's got trees on it or leaves on it would work as well. They measure 3 1/2 by 2, and there's 3 of those. They go on the fronts of the red ones, not on the backs. So that's those 3, and that's the next size down on your die. Basic white mats, I've got 2 of those. That's 1 on the back and 1 on the inside in the center. You could do as many as you like in the whites. They're the same size as the green, but this one here I'm putting, I'll show you here. I've got a greeting to go on them as well. So I've got 2 the same on the outsides here, which is, oh, these ones, yeah, that one there and that one there. I've already die cut some pieces. I'll show you as we get to them. This one here will be in the center, and this one here will be on the back. That's your little writing panel on the back there. That's that one there. I've done it a little bit different as well. So that's all of those. You only need the 2 white ones. Got lots of pieces here. Just slot them back together. I'm pretty sure I remember where they go. That's those. And then just some scrap for your greetings and your decorations. I've got a greeting here somewhere. It's probably lost in amongst all that stuff, but we shall find it at the end. I did do a greeting. Oh, that one there. That one there is going on my front piece. And I've cut, I've just cut with circle dies out of the stylish shaped circle dies, just the little reindeer out of the paper itself. The paper that I'm using, I didn't get a lot of this one because I didn't know if I'd use it that much. It is quite pretty. It's called Reindeer Days, and it's got a stamp set and dies that go with it. That's the stamp set and the dies for that one, and that's the stylish shaped circle that I used for the cutting out the reindeer on that. My greeting, I've chosen have a very Merry Christmas. That's out of the Sentimental Wishes. I'll just have a mouthful of water before we keep going. So, and embellishments. I've got some embellishments there. And I've put on here countryside corners, but you could use any dyes you wish. I feel a bit croaky this morning. So I'll put that aside and we shall get started. Now, the first piece we shall score is this one here. Just get my trimmer and my directions so I don't make a mistake. This is 8 1/4 wide, so we're going to just score it in half at 4 1/8 on the long side. That's that one there. There is another little bit of scoring which I will do now, and then we'll be finished with the scoring tool. This arm here, it's 12 inches long, and we're going to evenly score it at 4 inches, which is there. Not too heavy because it's on designer series paper and you don't want to tear it. And also 8 inches, which is over there. So that's scoring it into thirds for your piece across the centre. That's all the scoring you need to do. Put that away. This one here just gets folded inwards. It's got a pretty generic pattern on the back, which is what you want. Well, that's what I want. Wouldn't matter if you had another scenery type pattern on the back. Just make sure those edges are nice and lined up down the side, and that's going across the centre. That's that one. I'll burnish this one as well. Now, before you do anything, you need to put the piece of DSP, this one here, we need to glue it on the front, like so. And then we're going to die cut that. So I'll just use my liquid glue, and I'm going to use a fair bit. The piece we cut out of this will be going onto the inside of the card. So you need sort of this to adhere down all the way around and in the centre so that it all sticks together. Just put the lid back on that. I'll give this a little minute to dry as well. So that's sitting on there. It's got just a little 1/8 inch border all the way around, like so. I need a new blade soon. Seem to go through a lot of blades. I do workshops here at my home, which I do a lot of cutting. I've got this month, or next month, November's month, this month, I've got 14 ladies coming over the 2 days. I do them on a Sunday and a Wednesday. The Wednesday ones, they're ladies that don't work, so they've got time to come on the Wednesday. That way it breaks it up, and it's not a big day for me as well. I have 8 on the Sunday. They're the ladies that work or prefer a weekend. So we've got that stuck down. Now I did get out, which I hope I haven't buried it, this die here. This is the second largest. If you're using a different die, just make sure it fits inside this, and you've got a reasonable border. It's probably 1/2 inch on around the edges, maybe a little bit more on the side, on the top and bottom, but just center it in on your front like so. As you can see here, it's the second largest, and then I've used some of these smaller ones rotating down. So that's that, and I'm going to line it up. My machine's over the back. I don't put my machine on the desk when I'm doing a video because it sort of wobbles the desk. So I'm going to line that up in there, and I'm going to tape it so that when I run it through it doesn't move. So I'm going to run it through this way in the machine so it will fit through, and I shall be back in 1 minute or 1/2 minute or even a few seconds. Just to tape it down as well so that it doesn't move. Hopefully I'll get it reasonably straight. Doesn't matter if it's a little bit off. Just be careful when you put your tape on it that you don't tear your DSP when you're lifting it up. I know I've done that before. unfortunately, when you do it this way, you need to run it through with the flat edge. Normally when I do a rectangle die or a square die, I tilt it so that it doesn't clunk like it did then. But with this one, you've got the width of the card, so this is where I've taped it down, and this tape is nicely holds it down. I'll just make sure I don't tear the DSP. Go gently. I think on the other card where I used the same paper, it tore a tiny bit. I did try and glue it back down. You just go gently, and you will need the piece that is cut out of the center, so don't toss it away. There, I'm almost tearing that. I think I did a little bit on the, I think that'll get covered anyway on that center. I don't want to tear this front piece. This tape is normally not too sticky that it's going to tear your card. It did in there, but that's going to get covered, and I've done a tiny bit on the outside. Not a problem, we'll fix that. This piece in here is, you probably will see it a little bit, but not to worry. The beauties of a video that you can't go and fix it straight away. So that's that piece there. Now, this piece now, we can put this piece in here. So what you're going to do, you're going to lay it in here. I'm going to put glue over the back of this, and if you put it back in the way you took it out, it will line up, especially if like mine's got stripes on it or checks on it, it will line up with the pattern where you've taken it out. Just make sure I've got it the right way. You can see my lines are lining up. So pop it back in where you took it out and glue it in there. That will glue it to the back piece. As you can see on this one, it's glued back there. It's a shame I've torn that a little bit. You might not see too much of it. Not too bad. So that will go in. Make sure you line them all back up in the right order, in the order that you want to put them. So next is our paper, which we just scored, which I put somewhere here, right here in front of me. So this piece is going here. Now where the two score lines are, there, you're going to line those up on this back section here, the back of the inside, and you've got a fraction, probably not even a 1/16, it's about a 1/16 in here. What was I going to say? So I'm going to put glue just on this back section here, in the center of the three sections. This glue's fairly new, so it's coming out quite thick. If you fold that in like so, we won't end up with glue where we shouldn't. So I'm lining it up. You could fold it inwards, but I prefer to be able to see. Lining it up, just it's a fraction in from the edge there and a fraction in from the score line there, and it's reasonably straight. Lucky I've got lines to line it up with, and it's up the right way. This is the way my card's going to sit, so it ends up like so. Then it's just a matter of assembling all the pieces. We have, I'll pick them out in order. That's the back one. This is the center one, which all the red ones go on first. 1, 2, 3. We'll do the back of them in a minute. This one has a green one, and that one's got going on there. That one there, and it's going on there. And this one here, no green at the back, it's just going on there. This one will be at the back Oh, that one's at the front. We'll have a green one at the front and this white one at the back. So we'll leave those two till last. So that's my layout for this here. Now, if you do this center one first, then you can line the others up with it. We only need glue, and you can do it this way. I might do it this way, show you the best way to do it. Line it up there so you've got an even border around, and just get your pencil so you know you're not going to end up with glue where you don't want it. So we only want glue in between the two pencil lines. Like so. We can flip that back over, line it back up in the center as best you can. I do the center one first, and then we can line these up with that center one. So if you go this way, actually we could do this back side one first, because then it will be easy to line up. So I'm lining that up with the one that's underneath it, and you can put some glue on here. You could pencil mark this one as well. Quite simple layout to do. It's just a lot of pieces to cut, but I like the end result, so that's what you do. I've lined that one up there, and then this one that's going over on this side, doesn't matter which one we choose, they're all the same. You can put glue all over the back of this because it's going to line up with that one that's underneath, and glue the two together. That way everything's nice and symmetrical, lined up with each other. This glue's not working as well as it should, so I'm just lining that one up with the one underneath. And as you can see, when you close it up, it's all nicely lined up. And then the same on this other side, we shall get this one here. That will line up. It's going like so, across there. I'll put that like so. Just line it up with the one in the centre, the original one. Put some glue across here. Whoops, don't need to shake too much. It's right there. Won't matter if you get glue a little bit on the outside of this, because just make sure you don't end up gluing it down. I've got a bit too much there, because I've got a little bug there. It's going to line up, it's going to glue down to the one underneath. Now, what am I doing here? I'll have to go this way because I've done that. Do the back side first. A bit too much glue there. That one's stuck on there. And then the last one for the reds. And we can put glue all over this one. I'm not fussed on this glue, it's a new one and it's sort of coming out in bits and pieces. I know it looks like I'm putting a lot on there, but I don't want it to split apart. So that one will line up on top of that one. So do all your back ones first. I shall wipe my hands. I've got a wet wipe here. Got a bit of glue on them. So that's those, and then there's 3 greens. One will be here, one will be here, and This one's just going in the middle by itself, and the other green one's going on the front. So we can just glue all those straight down. I'll do the centre one first. And you're just lining them up with each other with an even border all the way around. I'm sure most of you can eyeball it. Sit that one in there. There was a few people. I showed photos of these after my retreat on my group page, Laura's Craft Room Tips and Tutorials, and a few people asked for a video for them, so I thought I would do the video because I didn't have a video of this. I just had the PDF. This one here, the two green ones next. Put a bit of extra glue in these because it's embossed. This one here, I think if I go like this and close that up, it should all line up, which it does. Quicker way of getting it all lined up so they're all nice and straight. And the same on this side. It's a lovely day here, not too hot. So I'm just laying that one in the center there, and then I'm bringing this one across gently so it doesn't move. Stick it down. Looks like it's a little bit crooked. And just move it a fraction. Might have moved a fraction. Those don't matter because you're not going to see them lined up. They're on top of the red ones, so but that way it comes up nice and even. Now these, and you'll notice I'm doing everything flat because it's quite a thick card already with all the layers, so you don't need to put, maybe on the front if you want to put your greeting up, but I wouldn't suggest doing too many layers up because it's quite thick already. That one there. Cute little reindeer on this paper. I should have had my silicone mat out, then we wouldn't have so much glue everywhere. That one in the center there. It's pretty much in the center. And that's the inside so far. Now the front one, or we'll do the back one first. The back one has just got this as a writing panel to do your little message, Merry Christmas, whatever you want to put. I don't ever need a big space for writing unless it's a really special event, but normally I don't worry that it's not a big space for writing your greeting. That one will go on the back. Those little baubles are out of that same set, and I did 2 strips and then joined them together and interlocked them in there they are there. So you could just do single little they're little light Christmas lights, I think, but I did 2 and locked them together. So that's the back, and then the front we have a green one and we have a Merry Christmas, and I've got some embellishments to put on as well. So as you can see, it's not too long to put it together once you cut all your... The hardest part for me was picking what papers I want and what all the decorations and stuff. My DSP is the hardest, trying to get everything that coordinates with each other. As you can see, the paper in there is quite nice behind. It's just a plain pattern. It will sit flat, more flat eventually. As you can see, this one's not too bad. The first one I showed you, I don't know where I've put it now. Oh, here it is. It sits quite flat as well. So eventually they do. I usually put a block, one of the big acrylic blocks on top of on top of the card overnight, and it helps it to sit flat. So I'll just put this one flat as well. We don't need any more thickness in the card. These little holly leaves and berries, they're out of that same set. You just stamp the green leaves first, and then you stamp the little holly bits. I'll show you that one. That's the little leaves there, and that's the little berries there. So you do, it's a two-step piece. That's that. And then we have some embellishments to put on. It didn't take as long as I thought it would. I've got these berry ones. I'm going to use some of those. These come in triples like that, or just in individuals. I might use the individuals. I haven't got a lot of berry triple ones left, but we'll use these individuals and just scatter a few on the front. 1, 2 and 3 up here. And there you go. Not difficult at all. Just try and keep everything lined up for yourself. You could put a bit of ribbon through in under there and under there, and do a little bow at the side if you want. It would make it wider, but if you use quite fine ribbon, it wouldn't matter. You could do a bow up at the side to hold it down, but it's not too thick, and it's going in an envelope anyway. I think it might be a bit of extra postage because it's got quite a bit of thickness in there. So it's one that you would hand out on Christmas Day. So that is my video for today. I hope you all enjoyed that. And I shall, I'll open this one up, seeing we know what they look like. And that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed my video. I hope you subscribe. I think I'm up to nearly 4,000 subscribers now, which I'm quite excited about. When I started doing videos, I wasn't expecting to keep going. I thought I'd just try it and see how it goes, but I love what I do. And if you're interested in joining my group, don't forget to answer the 2 questions to get yourself in there. And I shall catch you all again next Monday at 9 AM. Bye for now.